My Dress Up Darling provides a great example of highlighting the difference between character progression and character development in a narrative. To go through these two concepts in a little more detail, we will be using the show's two leads, Gojo and Kitagawa, to look at how both aspects of writing are achieved to great effect when it comes to their execution. As characters, the two are polar opposites in many regards, yet they interact fantastically with each other. Gojo is reserved, practical, and incredibly passionate about what he does. Kitagawa is outgoing, free-spirited, and just as passionate as Gojo. It is this very passion behind the things they love that forms the connection between them, putting the two in a combination of humorous, heartwarming, and intimate situations, all of which are handled incredibly well. Kitagawa largely remains static in terms of progression, meaning she does not grow or change as a character in the first season. Her behavior and thought process remains the same throughout. However, what is done with her instead is a tremendous amount of development. Meaning, the further into the show we go, the more the information we get of her molds her to a character with such precision that when we see her do something in the show, we understand exactly why she does what she does and how she feels about it, making for a very consistent character. Which is important to achieve because it is through her that both Gojo and we ourselves as the audience are navigated through the world of the anime. As if she is the North Star we are all following. Gojo in turn starts out as a blank slate, someone that is living in relative isolation when compared to the age he is at. It is through his interaction with Kitagawa where he is brought out of his shell, discovering new things about the world and about himself. He is someone that starts out quite reserved, and while at the end of the season he is not quite on the same level as Kitagawa, he has come a long way in expressing himself and going outside a lot more, which in turn eases a lot of the worry his grandfather has for him. That is not to say there is no progression in the part of Kitagawa, or that there is no development in Gojo. Kitagawa does change to a degree as the show continues, and we do get to know Gojo quite well. It is simply that what each character has in spades is so distinct and clear that it was worth highlighting as a great example to look at when it comes to character writing, and understanding the difference between the two categories of character mentioned earlier. Once one understands the difference between the two, the requirements needed to make them work together are then highlighted, which would, hopefully, lead to better written characters. With that brief rumination out of the way, the last thing to say in a general sense is that this is a wonderful little show which is incredibly wholesome, raunchy, and immensely satisfying to watch.
またね。